without missing a beat, Kelly turned around and said, "Oh, she's Trailer Park Barbie." And I'm like, yes, I am Trailer Trash Barbie, the biggest slut and whore you'll ever meet.
Greetings, Earth sluts and UFOs, and welcome back to the most unpopular podcast on Earth, the podcast no one listens to, yet all you bitches seem to be talking about. I am your favorite drag queen's favorite intergalactic drag queen, Jazalien. As always, I want to thank you, my Jazalien Nation, for always supporting me. You could be anywhere on this planet, but instead you are here with me right now, and I am what's grateful. So give us a round of applause, bitch. Yes. As promised, season 2 is going to be bigger and gayer and a lot more fun than season 1. So share this episode with your friends, your family, your next door neighbors, your street pharmacist, the lady who does your hair, the trade from down the block, the poppy from the bodega. I do not care. I love you all for listening. I really do. As for me, well, I'm chilling like a motherfucking villain, always willing and fulfilling. And speaking of villains, I truly hope all of you Earthlings are finding sweet escapes during these sour times, because this season of Planet Earth, the American apocalypse, is a fucking shit show. It would be much better enjoyed if we all could just kick back and watch the show with a blunt and a bag of popcorn, but in true Americana form, they have also made us unwilling participants in their Hunger Games. And baby, may the odds ever be in your favor. Happy doomsday, bitches. I hope we all survive. At least the ones who deserve to survive. All TL shade. On a more lighter note, today I have the absolute pleasure of having a special guest roll on through for a little chat. But this is someone that I have known for over a decade. We are sisters from different misters, brothers from different mothers. She is my drag daughter without a daddy, my chosen family, and I love her dearly, the one and only RuPaul. Like, I'm kidding. Sorry. That's next week's episode. Sorry, my bad. Wait, this week it's Michelle Piñata. Say hi, Michelle.
Hey.
All you beautiful creatures, stick around after the break and join me as I pick apart Michelle's brain and we talk some shit. We'll be right back after this.
Are you tired of your friends calling you flat earth behind your long back? Do you want a derriere bigger than Uranus? Then Pfizer's Asteroid Flakes RX is just for you. Asteroid Flakes RX are not your typical breakfast cereal. These medically prescribed flakes contain all of the fiber, protein, and glutathione you need to turn your gluteus minimus into a gluteus astronominus. With just 1 dose or 2 scoops a day, you too can have a cosmic-sized booty big enough to shake up the solar system. Bonus, Asteroid Flakes RX and all Pfizer products can be used as an exfoliator, ice melt on a snowy day, and even cat litter. So if you want to expand your equator without spending endless hours at the gym, or you simply want to smoothen your skin while cleaning out your driveway as your cat's poop and medically contaminated shitter litter, then ask your doctor about Asteroid Flakes RX today. Give a boost to your ass cakes with 2 scoops of Asteroid Flakes.
Asteroid Flakes RX and all Pfizer products contain glutathione. Glutathione is a non-FDA approved biodegradable substance and may not fully biodegrade. Side effects may include diarrhea, uncontrollable twerking, blindness, and addiction, snaps, filters, weight turners, and weight loss tea. Nausea, habitual line about traveling to Mykonos, Chinatown, hair extensions, credit card debt, beauty from a big toe, the inability to differentiate yourself from subprime social media models, and diarrhea.
So I turned into Jazalien, baby.
And we are back to the most unpopular podcast on Earth. Again, the show no one listens to, yet all you bitches talk about. Here on Jazalien Radio, the #1 radio station in the motherfucking what? Galaxy. My very first guest this season is a 21-year drag veteran with 9 titles under her belt. She is quick on her feet as she is off of them. Just ask her mattress. Like your favorite donut at Dunkin', she's cream-filled. And yes, America does run on her. Currently celebrating her milestone 10th year anniversary since winning Miss Gay New Jersey at large, the whore next door with a heart and whole of gold, Michelle Piñata.
Oh, thank you so much, Giselle. You really know how to make a girl feel like a whore. Everybody knows that's my pronoun.
What is your pronouns? Slut, whore, prosti.
Exactly. Yes.
You're the gift that keeps on giving. I fucking love
Yep,
it.
just like herpes.
So, how does it feel to be celebrating 10 years of Miss Gay New Jersey at large?
It feels unbelievable and surreal because, like, eons ago, baby drag queen in New Jersey, I got told this is the most prestigious thing you could do next to Paradise, and this is something they'll probably never see you win. My first time out the gate, did not get it, and that's okay. My second time out the gate, did not get it, and that's okay. Third time was the charm.
I love that you kept on going, not giving up when you don't win the first or the second, even the third, fourth, fifth time. It's honestly a true testament to like your character and how badly this really meant for you to win and have this title. So kudos to you, sis.
Thank you.
What motivated you to start doing drag?
There's two different stages of it. The first one is when I was in high school, I knew I didn't fit in. There was this thing called the Womanless Beauty Review. It was put on by the girls softball team, and they were looking for guys to dress as women and do a beauty review. And I said, you know what? This could be fun. I talked to my girlfriend at the time. For those of you that can't see, I did air quotes. So I talked to my girlfriend at the time, and she was like, oh my God, this would be amazing. Yeah, you should do it. So her mom had an extra wig. She gave me some of her clothes. I had on a pair of my jeans and went out there and did the Womanless Beauty Review with the beard and sang Fancy by Reba McEntire live.
Word.
And yeah, it was a whole key cackle, and it was something I wasn't really familiar with, where everybody already knew, like, RuPaul at the time. I seen her on TV, but I didn't really know who she was and what her body of work was outside of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And then I knew Harmonica Sunbeam from Morpheus and LimeWire. I was downloading her music illegally and was living for it because this was the only thing I knew gay, being in bumfuck Tennessee. And then when I got out of high school, I met a gay guy on one of the 1-800 chat numbers, and we became good Kiki Judies, and he took me to my first gay bar. And when I saw at that current time, who would become my boyfriend and drag mother all in one, Miss Beverly Hills, may she rest in peace, I fell in love with the artistry of drag. How she commanded the room, how she was nobody else, like nobody could touch her. She was the show director. She just knew who she was, and that attracted me to her, both in and out of drag. And so that's what sparked me into getting more into drag. And then taking it serious came later.
Let's see. So you don't only Kiki, you also Kai Kai.
Yes.
Yeah. What is your
welcome.
family's relationship like with Michelle Piñata?
So it's either love it or hate it. My mom and my stepmom are two of my biggest fans. For those of you at home listening in, that means they're lesbians.
Let's be honest.
Right. Let's be honest. They're lesbians. They lick a lot of pussy. They have come to shows. They've come to pageants. Now, my cousin who lives here in Florida, her and her family love Michelle. We've talked about if I transition, they would support it and everything. The rest of my family, burn that bitch to the ground. We don't know her. We don't see her. So, and ironically, my dad still lives in Podunk, Tennessee. One of his favorite restaurants, the manager has known my dad since that restaurant opened. Every time I post a new drag photo, she makes sure she shows my dad. She's look at your son, how beautiful he is and how well he's doing. And so like one Christmas 2 or 3 years ago, my dad and I were talking. We actually took a ride to the store, and I was trying to be aware because he's definitely, a Magite. And I'm like, so I do stand up. And he's like, you do what? I said, I do stand up. And he's like, nobody ever told me that. Like, all these different people in his life keep him up to date on me, but none of them told him that. And it was actually, for a moment, he never said he was proud of me, but he said I could definitely see that. So that was a moment I got, and I'm appreciative for.
Yeah.
And we don't really talk. So, I mean, to get that one little...
Yeah, I totally get that. For example, me, my dad, I don't know her. I do not know that man. Okay.
Right.
I met him twice in my life. I do not know that man. But I do remember something that he told me, which when it came to, you know, I was still young. I hadn't come out, but there's no denying that I've always been fabulous.
Right.
And
fabulous and fabulous.
Yeah, fabulous, honey, definitely. But I remember him saying, I remember him saying, yeah, well, I didn't raise a gay son. And I remember replying, as sassy as I've always been, you're right, you didn't raise a gay son because you didn't raise me. My mother did.
That part. And, you know, on that, I saw gay comedians last night in St. Pete, Mateo Lane and Paris. I wish I remember her last name. She's a lesbian, fucking hilarious. She brought up a good point. She goes, if you believe we're born this way, like I do, she said, I had to go back to my dad and say it's a manufacturer defect because your sperm was gay. She's like, you got 4
somewhere.
Kids. Right.
Yes.
She's like, you got 4 kids and all 4 of us are gay. So, Daddy, you just shooting gay out your balls.
Where do you see you and your drag in the next 10, maybe even 20 years from now?
That was a hard question. And the reason being, had you asked me pre-pandemic, it would have been doing stand-up, continuing on in pageants. Then the pandemic hit and it shifted. And I was in a relationship that broke me in a lot of different ways. And alienated me from everyone and everything that I loved and made me question who I am. Years later, I'm still recovering from that. I don't know that I'll ever fully recover from it because it tore me down in ways that I didn't know I could be broken. So drag is helping me rebuild slowly and surely. And I've jumped into a few little national, well, I don't want to say little, but little preliminaries to a national title. My heart is in Black gay America. As a gay person, the African American community is who accepted me before anybody else did. My Black friends never judged me, never looked at me a certain way. They just thought I was me. Where the white friends were constantly calling me fag, this, that, and the other, and making very inappropriate jokes to me. My friends in the African community just loved me. They didn't care. It never came up, my sexuality. And I feel like, especially in today's political climate, being that I have white voice and white privilege and comfort, why not use that to help elevate a platform of a community who is severely underserved, severely put in a box that they are wanted to stay in, that they never stay in. Because they're not what others perceive them to be. It's so much more to be African American than just, oh, I'm Black and I have this, I have that. And like, you don't need a white voice to explain being Black because I can't explain it, right?
Right.
But I can at least help bring a voice in to show people that the community you look down on, just like Latinos or anybody else not white, especially during this administration, there's something you can learn from them and learn how to be powerful in yourself from them because they see you who you are. And then definitely want to do more comedy.
Both are extremely great and purposeful, but comedy is also something that you should absolutely continue. It would be great to see you on stage doing just regular comedy venues, but in drag, you know what I mean? Bringing also the drag to that format and to those stages and bring representation in that way as well. But regarding the Is Gay Black America, do you feel perhaps that people might get offended that a white person is coming into a predominantly Black pageant? Perhaps it might be like a white savior complex. What do you say to people who might think that?
Get to know me.
Word.
get to actually know me. I'm from Tennessee. The closest metropolis is Memphis. For those of you that don't know, there's a lot there, especially since that's where Dr. King was murdered. And it's embedded in our history in that city in some of the worst ways and some of the best ways, because there's a lot of culture there. There's a lot of hurt, but there's a lot of culture, and it helps you become who you are. So my soul is just love everybody. And there's been other queens that have won Miss Black Gay America that were white. Not many.
Oh, okay. So then it's not okay.
It's one or two. It's very not many.
I thought you were putting yourself into like completely uncharted territory, but I do know you, and I do know your heart, and I do know how accepting and loving and caring you are. And not only that, look, maybe I'm saying something crazy here, but we've had many African American queens do Miss Piel Canela and Miss Laura's and Miss Latina USA, and I appreciate how we are able.
Even Miss Oneida.
Yes. So we have like specific or pageants that are catered to specific demographics, specific cultures. But when it comes to each other, we're always very open and accepting about like, yes, this is a Latina pageant. But if you're not Latino, you're more than welcome to come and compete and even win. So it's nice to have that those open doors and those give and takes when it comes to what we do. How would you, Michelle Piñata Ramirez, would like to be remembered?
All the things, laughter. Just remember to laugh. Life's too short to be serious and wound up tight. And trust me, how long have I been in Florida now? 6 years. I've been wound up with the stick up my ass in a lot of ways. I've let it out, but the laughter's not in my life like it used to be, because I don't have my gay family around. Like you, I used to host family Fridays for all my gay family to come over. I don't have that down here in Florida right now. So,
well, I like that. I think joy is something that we, especially during these trying times, that we tend to lose sight of. And we do let life get in the way, and we do forget to, that childlike joy that was so free when we were younger. Even when shit was going rough, we still find ways to live in our imagination and be joyful to some degree.
Right.
You kind of lose that when we get older. So it's important to remember to just laugh. Well, with that said, I think it's a great time to perhaps take a break, and we'll be right back with more of Michelle Piñata right after this.
You are listening to the most unpopular podcast on earth, only on Jazalien Radio.
Welcome back, bitches. Today we're kikiing with my good Judy, Michelle Piñata, who is celebrating her 10th Miss Gay New Jersey at-large anniversary. And I want to say this has been a healthy conversation. Thank you so much for being here, Michelle. Really appreciate
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm just like a vampire. In order for me to come in, you have to invite me. Yes.
I feel like there's a sucking joke somewhere in there.
Oh, there is. And there's a whole come in you joke.
Okay, but before we go any further with the foolishness, would you like to give a shout out or an honorary mention to anyone from your Miss Gay New Jersey days?
Yes. To a couple people. To my running mates, teammates, classmates, however which way you want to call it. Felipe, Love Santos, Daniela, Two Spirits Mendez, City Ward Council for Dover, I believe Ward 1. I love you both so much. And Samantha Chanel and Sasha Sinister, y'all are both our Miss Gay New Jersey Latinas. We got the pleasure to actually have both of you during our year because Sasha was given up as Samantha was taken over. I love you all so yeah. I love you all so much and thank y'all for everything. We had a great time together in a kiki and did a lot of good and raised a lot of money. But not only that, we actually talked to a lot of people and opened their minds about gay and drag and things like that.
Well, you know,
my question to you is what did Miss Gay New Jersey newcomer mean to you? And I'm only asking newcomer because that was my baby. Miss Gay New Jersey, I feel like meant more, but what did newcomer mean?
they both have, to me, they both have equal value in terms of like sentiment for me, because one did what it needed to do in terms of me showing for the first time what I'm actually capable of, and not just to the judges or the people in the audience, but to myself. I really am my greatest competitor. I'm either gonna catapult myself to go further, I'm gonna be the one to hold myself back. So being able to do Miss Gay New Jersey newcomer was a way to, like, I'm grateful for it because it allowed me an opportunity to, first of all, do something new, which is compete in a pageant. And again, I'm a firm believer that things happen when they need to happen. And that happened at a time where I needed something to kind of hold on to, be hyper focused on. I needed my attention to be on something positive and uplifting at a time where I felt like things were kind of going a little crazy in my personal life. So that pageant came at the right time for me to kind of be like, you know what, let me just focus on this. Let me push myself. Let me bust my ass at this. So doing Miss Gay New Jersey was just something that I'm extremely grateful for because it was the building blocks to like the new Jazalien in terms of like confidence and what I'm capable of. And even had I lost, I still put myself out there and I did something that again, I didn't think I was capable of doing. But I'm not gonna lie, winning the first time around and winning all categories and really turning the fucking party in a way that I didn't think was going to happen, or at least I was hoping, but not to that degree, changed something in me, which is why I came back and did Miss Gay New Jersey 2 years later. So.
And just for the record, the first time you won, you beat two of my daughters in that pageant.
I mean,
at newcomer.
Listen,
Alon and Ava Blood.
And now, listen, I beat your daughter so many times that if you can't beat them, join them. So now you're my daughter, okay?
Okay. You beat 3 of my kids.
Shit. So listen, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be able to show up and show out. And thank you, God and universe, making me how you made me, this queen that I am. So but yeah, thank you for asking the question. I'm always the one asking all the questions, so it's nice to be on the other ends of the little spectrum here. But right now I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions, and it's titled Probe Your Lobe, your frontal lobe. Okay, we're gonna get into that. All right.
I thought you were probing my anal lobe. I mean, I was like, yeah, daddy.
Whichever's gonna get you
to be in the house of alien.
Whichever's gonna get you to fucking show up and show out, bitch. So put your thinking cap on, turn up your quick wits, and give it a go. Are you ready?
My dunce cap is on. Let's go.
Are you ready? Okay. So what is one item that you can't live without?
Lipstick.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Dick. That's why I need the lipstick.
The most famous Richard of all, Dick.
Right.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, because a hot dog goes in between two buns, just like my hole.
Work. What is your favorite song lyric?
My favorite song lyric would have to be Rain on Me because it reminds me of the cum shooting out right when I'm on my knees.
Yes. What type of porn are you watching right now?
Hentai.
What's the weirdest gift you have ever received?
The weirdest gift I've ever received was the gift that keeps on giving. It was not what you're thinking, not what you're thinking, not what you're thinking, not what you're thinking.
Audible gasp.
The weirdest gift I've received was the gift card I gave to a coworker for their birthday. They gave it back to me, and then I gave it to somebody else, and then they ended up giving it back to them. So it went around work for a multitude of times.
That's funny shit. Who is your favorite Spice Girl and why?
Ginger Spice, obvi, because the tits and the hair. I mean,
Work. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
invisibility. That way I could come in and fuck with everybody.
What is one thing you would never do again?
So I don't regret anything. So there's really not anything that I wouldn't ever do again. If I had to say, if I just had to pick something in life, it would be slashing tires. Because karma really bit my ass that year. I went through multiple cars that year, and every time something drastically happened and the car was unsavable, I went back to that's because I slashed tires.
It came back to you tenfold.
Yeah. Or 30.
Or 30. What is something non-sexual that turns you on?
Something non-sexual that turns me on? A brain, actually, like a conversation.
Do you prefer style or substance?
I honestly, in my youth, preferred style. The older I get, I prefer substance because it's more to sustain life.
Amen. Are you a grinder or a sniffies kind of girl?
A little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. So right now I'm currently on Grindr and it's going off in the background and Badu. I've gotten off sniffies because there's this thing with sniffies, if you're not familiar with it, when you are at a location, it's geo-tracking, whatever. I was literally driving down the road, stopped at a red light next to a park, and somebody messaged me and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing. What are you doing?" All this is transpiring at a red light. And they're like, "Oh, what kind of vehicle do you drive? I think I see you." I'm like, "Who is this?" And they're trying to get all this information. And I'm driving at this point now. The red light's changed. I'm on my way home. They were like, "I've reported you in this chat to blah, 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 blah with the police department." And I'm like,
it should go from sniffies to stalkers.
Right.
Because that's,
Right.
that's what people use
right.
it for.
Because they're like, "You're trying to have sex in a public place." I'm like, first off, no. Second off, if I do, it would be in a 7-Eleven bathroom. We all know that one down by Paradise. I've done a lot. What I wouldn't do for a pack of Camels back in the day and a Dr. Pepper.
That's right. What are you going to 7-Eleven for? A Slurpee? Have you ever sent a nude by mistake?
Yes.
It's like, that's tough. What is your most used emoji?
My most used emoji would have to be the eggplant or the skull. It's between the two of those.
Not the eggplant and the skull.
Yes, because me and my boss send skulls to each other all the time. Like, we'll be talking, and our new way of talking about other people without talking about other people is we send each other skulls.
Oh, interesting. I thought it was because you were getting skull fucked by the eggplant. But hey, that could
Yes,
be the
it
new
would
one
be.
now. That could be the new one now. Do you like it shaken or stirred?
I like it shaking, Daddy. That way my titties get bouncing like this. For those of you that can't see right now, they are shaking, honey.
And who is your favorite alien drag queen?
I would have to say Irene.
Girl,
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna fall out my chair, bitch. I'm gonna fall out my motherfucking chair. Bitch stole my gig.
Because of our conversation, that's why I said
That shit's funny. Well, on
Of
that
course,
note,
Jazalien, or as I like to say her sometimes on the microphone when I've had too many, Jazalien.
squirt, squirt.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for playing Probe Your
Is it a wrap?
Nobe with me.
Is it a wrap like a condom?
It's or an unwrapped one if you're on prep.
Okay. Please be on prep. Know your status.
Amen. So, Michelle, thank you so much for being here with me on my silly little podcast. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you for being the first guest of season 2. I really appreciate you taking the time for this. You know, it's my little my baby. Talk about babies. This project of doing this podcast is my little baby.
And thank you for doing it. We need more of this in the world, like good things and good vibes and good energy and representation, of course, because not only do you represent gays, you represent Puerto Ricans, you represent aliens, not because you're Puerto Rican, but because you're an alien. For those of you that don't know, Puerto Ricans are Americans more than we are.
Yes. But again, I appreciate you. I have so much love for you. And, you know, I'm always here for you if you ever need anything.
Well, thank you, Boo Boo. I love you and I know it. And thank you for helping me keep afloat in the dark spaces over the last 6 years. If it wasn't for you and Keontae, girl, there's those of you at home that don't know, find yourself your Judies, your tribe that no matter what, it's like I said, your gay family, your drag family's huge, but your gay family that will hold you in those moments, because y'all know the shit I went through when I lived in Orlando before I came down here. And it's at one point I thought I was going to be dead. And if it wasn't for you guys, I probably would have been. So thank y'all.
Of course, babe. Anytime. Listen, what's an alien drag queen that doesn't know how to navigate a black hole? Come on now.
Okay. And let's just say my heart is just like my hole. It's black.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. The black hole queen herself, Michelle Piñata.
Yes.
And you, Jazalien Nation, you already know what time it is. You can look for new episodes of the most unpopular podcast on earth here on Jazalien Radio or wherever you stream your favorite podcasts. Now I'm on Spotify, so you can always find me there. Also follow us on Facebook at the most unpopular podcast on earth, on Instagram at the most unpopular podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at what? The most unpopular podcast on earth. You can also follow me on all social platforms under Jazalien. That's Jazalien, because that's who I am, and that's where the fuck I be. Michelle, you want to share your social media with the people before we go?
My social media include my OnlyFans with Piñata's Playground. So feel free to log in, sign up, and find me anywhere. My OnlyFans is free as of right now. Season 2 will be returning very soon of Piñata's Playground. So if you've not streamed all of season 1, please make sure you log on to get off. And if you don't know what that means, clock it and watch the show.
And what's your Instagram so they can follow you there?
Piñata's Playground.
Piñata's Playground. All right, awesome.
On all social media.
Work.
The only thing that it's not on is Pornhub because Florida banned porn.
Terrible. I'll download some stuff for you when I see you.
Thank you.
And as always, remember, kids, you are superstars. Keep your head held high. Keep your eyes on the motherfucking skies. Because you never know. You could see a UFO. And I just might be the one driving that bitch. So peace, love, and stardust. I love you for listening. Bye. Say bye, Michelle.
Bye. Sexual.
Bisexual. Okay, great. Let me stop the recording.